this is Holly at Pottering Through Saving Money. We are here for our sinking funds totals, so we're going to do our count up and we are going to do our cash condensing with money going back to the bank for December 2025. So we can see where we're ending the year and go from there. So that'll be awesome. All right, let's get stuffing. Okay, so let's get started. I was meant to do some during the year, but I don't know if I actually have because I can't find my last check-in total. But that's fine. So we're just going to start as we mean to go on, and we're going to start with Disneyland. And what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to be getting rid of these clear binders. I just don't like them. I think I'm going to go back to these ones because they stand better and they don't feel as flimsy. So let's start with Disneyland anyway. So we've currently got, oh, I know what we need to get out. I need to get out my condensing bits, don't I? That would be helpful, wouldn't it? So what have we got? So we've got 100s, we've got 200s, we've then got 500s, and then a couple of 1000s. So let's do 1s and 2s in there. 5s and 1s at the back. Okay, so for Disneyland we've currently got 1100 already in the bank. Okay, so then we've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300 and 25. So this will be 1,325. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to just check 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82. And then we are going to swap that for a 200. So we've now got, we'll then have that. So then cash to bank will then be £200. I know what I'll do. I'll put that folder next to me, and as I do it, I will put them in. I think that's the best way of doing it. So then we've got house DIY. So house DIY, we have got 5. So we've got 500, 700, 900. And then we've got 20, 40, 60, 80. So that should then be 1,000. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 110. So what was that? 1,110? I think. Okay, so I think yeah, so then that's 200 going back to the bank. So then I'll use a 100 there. We'll put the 200s back there. So we've got 1,110. No. Oh, thought I was going to lose that one again. Then we've got tech. So we have got 200, 300 in the bank, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 20, 40, 60, 80, 500, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, so 560. Is that right? Is that what I just counted? Yeah, I think so. 560. So what of that? I think we can do probably 60 left. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to leave 60 and 20s. That's funny, isn't it? So there's going to be 200 from all three of those envelopes going back to bank. So we've got 200 there, 100 there, so I think that can then go into a 500. If you can hear background noise, apparently my neighbours are banging around and my tiny humans are causing havoc, I think, for my husband. But it's the only time I've got to film. Now we're on school holidays, so we shall see. Now I think we might have a bit more going back to bank for homeware, because I don't think I've been able to, I think with one of the other ones, I think it's with house, I needed some money for something. So we ended up sort of doing a bit of a mini condense just to catch up, because we were like, actually we needed it for something. Yeah, so this one seems like it's got a lot in it, doesn't it? So we've got 100 already in the bank. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 500, 10, 20, 30, 40, 5, 50. Yes, so we've got 550 in here, and I think we can take 1, 2, 3, 400 back to the bank for that. But what I might do is not leave myself the change. So what we've got, 10, 20, 30, 40, 5 and 50. So I'm going to leave a 10 and 2 20s there. Oh, not that one. What am I doing? Okay, so 500, so 100 needs to go here. I'm taking 400 back to the bank. And I need a 500 for homeware. Okay. So they were back, yeah. That's actually in such an easier way of doing it, isn't it? To do it like that. So we've already got 2, 4, 6. We've already got in theory £1,000 already there, which is madness. This is long overdue, isn't it? Really. These ones, the next two won't be as mad because there shouldn't be quite as much. Other than my monthly saving challenges, that one should be full at £500. But these ones won't be as many, and there won't be as much going back to the bank. Maybe a few at the back. This is mainly just for the count up that we're going to do this. So in groups and clubs, we've got 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110, 20, 35. But you see, what I might do is just swap some of, so that's £40 there. Lovely. Petrol has got 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90. So again, I'm just going to make it a bit smaller. Only if it works out like that. Like petrol will be fine for that. But like some things like clothes, I prefer to just keep it in all the denominations, because actually it's easier for me when I come to sort of move money about and take it out. How much was in petrol? Oh, I didn't write it down, did I? 20, 40, 60, 90. Okay, clothes has got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And I'm just going to keep that one as it is. Okay, so self-care has got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little, I think I'm going to do 60 in that. Okay, and then in health, we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 114 days out. So as you can see, these ones I don't tend to put in the bank because it's just easier to have it in cash, or at least my brain works. It's a bit easier with having it in cash. I'm sure some people might think that I'm mad, but I do actually, I'm going to put some of birthday in the bank because this is variable. So this moves, so it's not like Christmas where I will zero it down and then start again in the new year. Birthdays, I have it rolling because we have just so many birthdays. It would just seem silly to zero it, if that makes sense. Especially because January is quite a busy month for birthdays in our family. Okay, so we're in birthdays. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 210. And I'm going to put 100 back in the bank. One, two, three, four, yeah. Okay, so what have we got in this one? So we've got 20, 30, 40, 55. Does anybody else who has two, well, I've got two girls, so two children that are the same gender, that they found that actually the second one you don't need to buy as much for because you've already got it from the first, and we've kept a lot of stuff from our first, but it's also that she then wants to play with the newer stuff that my daughter is asking for. So I find it really difficult to buy for. Does anybody else find that? So we've got 10, 20, 35. But it's like the same with clothes. My second is a little bit chunkier than her sister, but at the same time her sister, even though we have hand-me-downs from my eldest, from my niece, it's always not quite like a full coverage of everything, so we still need to buy stuff, whereas we don't really need to buy anything for my youngest because she's then just got all the hand-me-downs. I make sure that she's got a few things of her own that are new, and at Christmas and birthday I still buy her a few bits, but I feel like her sister is getting more, and I don't know how to like equate that at the minute. Any guidance is greatly received on what to do and what you do with that. So we've got, what have we got in here? We've got 20, 40, 60, 70 pounds in Christmas presents left. So this is for everybody else. I still need to take the girls out to buy something for Daddy from them. So we've done this year, we've done a £5. So he's done them for me, but he did that in like November to make sure. And then they've been ill and trying to actually find the time to take them to do it. I think, and my youngest is still at nursery this week, Monday, Tuesday and stuff. So it's trying to figure out a way of getting the present from my husband. But these will all be zeroed down. Because what I'm going to do is anything that's left in any of these, we've got Christmas food shop still to buy, and then we're doing a little buffet party type thing on New Year's Eve. So I'll use any money left from food shop, if there is any, will go towards that, and then if there's anything left, it will go towards our rolling. We're going away for a few nights in the new year, so I'm just going to use it towards that. So it will be zeroed by sort of like the 5th of January anyway. But I don't know if it's enough this year for the big food shop. I don't know. I'll let you know. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30. So 113 Christmas food shop. And because I go to Aldi and Lidl, there's no real rewards for tapping. So some places you can obviously get cash back. You can't really, I haven't found anywhere that does them on those two shops. So cash for those shops will be fine. And then Christmas events has now got 20, 30, 40, 55. Okay. Right. So that is the first sheet. Let's go to the second page. Trialing out one of my new candles, having it burning in the videos. What do you think? Does it work? Will I burn myself at some point? Probably, but we'll give it a go. Okay, so the £500 binder, I think it's going to be easiest to work backwards. So what did I say was in here in my last video that I did? So we've got 20, 50, 60, 75. So 75. So we've got 425. Yes. Cool, that hurt my brain a little bit there. But hopefully that is right. Okay. So the monthly savings challenge has got £500. Plus a tiny bit, I think we put an extra, yeah, I put £20 in because I couldn't figure out where it'd come from. So we've got £500 in there. So I'm just going to leave that at 500, and then that needs to go to bank. So what I'm going to do is take the whole binder out and just put that up here, because that is a separate pot. So I think what we normally do with this, so all of this, if you're a long time follower, if you're not, you won't know this. Basically, anybody that's new watching this, my monthly savings challenge is all completed via side hustling every month. I'm not sure whether, I think there was one where I had to just supplement it because I hadn't quite made the month that I needed to in side hustles, but I'd say the majority is fully just from side hustles. And I believe normally we use this towards a holiday next year. We do the sun holidays where it's the £9.50, but it's not £9.50, but the cheaper holidays for the caravan. So we tend to put it towards that. So I will pop that at the back somewhere. Yes. Okie doke. So then we've got rock, paper, scissors, currently has 20, 30, 40, 50, 5, 65 and 70. I actually, because I do this challenge, this is the second year I've done it and completed it, I actually find that I really actually, especially partway through the month, I'm really conscious that I need to sort myself out if I haven't actually done anything or gotten on Vinted or anything, because I'm like, hang on a minute, that's meant to be coming that's our holiday pot. Like, that needs to come from somewhere. I don't want to be paying out for that out of my budget because we don't have the money to. So it's really nice when that's completed, because you're like, actually, I have actually feel like I've succeeded with something. Okay, so split spats block has got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 5. I might just swap a few of those into 20s. Should I just do the one? I will do 2. Okay. So It's a Squeeze has 10, 20, 30, 40. Right, hang on a minute. This is where it's going to annoy me because it's got some carryover. So we've got 40 there. So let's get that ready. So that's 40, 55, and then we've got another 25 from the current checking. So I'm just going to start putting these together now, I think. So what's that actually? 20, 40, 60, 70, 80. So theatre has 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, I could have put that as a 20, couldn't I? That's silly. There we go. Okay. Okay, our holiday has 20, 30, 40. School uniform, 20, 30, 40, 50, 65. So let's swap those out. And we're on to plants. This has got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And prime should have 45, I think, because there's 4 on the front. 10, 20, 30, 45. Okay, so that is everything. Now I'm gonna come back to you with the amount because I actually need to use a calculator and I don't actually have one. Okay, I have added up our totals and we have this year, we have a total of £6,150. So I did find last year's one. So last year we had a monthly total of £4,000. So we've done really well there with how much we have got. We've got 1,100 to take back to the bank plus the 500. So we've got 1,600 to take back to the bank. Which is amazing, which is quite a chunk actually. Look at that. That is quite a chunk. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I'm hoping that this will make me more accountable for next year to try and keep myself going and get this money back to the bank. So yeah, have a wonderful Christmas and New Year, and I will speak to you all in January with our January cash stuff. Thank you, bye.